Line segment. The straight path connecting two points in a plane is called the line segment. In the given figure, the straight path connecting points P and Q is called the line segment PQ, and it is denoted by PQ or QP. The points P and Q are called the end points of the line segment, and the distance between P and Q is the length of line segment PQ. Thus, a line segment has a definite length which can be measured. How to measure a line segment? Line segment is the definite portion of a line, therefore, this has fixed endpoints. This enables us to measure a line segment. The measure of each line segment is a unique number called its length, which is equal to the distance between its endpoints. A ruler is used to measure the length of a given line segment. The ruler has centimeters marked on one edge and inches marked on the other. One edge of a ruler has 15 equal parts marked on it. Each of these 15 parts is of length 1 centimeter. Each centimeter is further divided into 10 subparts. Each subpart of the division of a centimeter is called 1 millimeter. The method adopted to measure the length of the given line segment is as follows. Step 1. Let PQ be the given line segment. Step 2. Place the ruler with its centimeter edge along the segment PQ such that the zero mark of the ruler coincides with point P as shown in the given figure. Step 3. Read the mark on the ruler that coincides with point Q. Length of line segment PQ is 5 cm. How to draw a line segment? Draw a line segment of length 5.6 cm. Method. Place the ruler with its centimeter edge on the plane of the paper and hold it firmly. Mark a point with a fine pencil against the 0 cm mark of the ruler. Name it point P. By sliding the pencil, gently draw a line segment up to the 5 cm 6 mm mark on the ruler. Name the point against this mark as Q. Then PQ is equal to 5.6 cm. Ray. It is a part of a line which has only one end point and can be extended indefinitely in one direction. Like a line, it has no breadth or thickness. PQ is a ray with initial point P and extended indefinitely in the direction from P to Q. QP is a ray with initial point Q and extended indefinitely in the direction from Q to P. PQ and QP are two different rays. An infinite number of rays can be drawn from or through a point. Line. A line is a collection of points which can be extended indefinitely on both the sides. It has neither breadth nor thickness, but it has only length. There are two ways of naming a line. 1. A line can be named by putting a single small letter of the alphabet, say L as shown below. 2. Two points are marked on the line named as PQ. The points P and Q show that line passes through them. An unlimited number of lines can be drawn passing through a given point, as shown in the given figure. In the figure, lines L, M, N, P and Q all pass through a given point O. If two different points P and Q are given in a plane, then exactly one line can be drawn passing through these points. Intersecting lines. If there is a point O common to two lines L and M, then the two lines intersect at the point O, and this point O is called the point of intersection of the given lines. Parallel lines. In geometry, parallel lines can be defined as two lines in the same plane that are at equal distance from each other and never meet. They can be both horizontal and vertical. We can see parallel lines examples in our daily life like a zebra crossing, the lines of notebooks and on railway tracks around us. It is clear that either one point is common to two given lines or no point is common to them. So, we conclude with the below line. Remember that two lines in a plane either intersect at exactly one point or are parallel. Concurrent lines. 3 or more lines in a plane are said to be concurrent if all of them pass through the same point, and this point is called the point of concurrence of the given lines. For example, lines L, M, N and P are concurrent lines as shown in the given figure. Perpendicular lines. Two intersecting lines L and M are said to be perpendicular to each other if one of the angles formed by them is a right angle. Two rays or two line segments are said to be perpendicular if the corresponding lines determined by them are perpendicular. Similarly, a ray and a segment are said to be perpendicular if the corresponding lines determined by them are perpendicular. Here, M, L, read as M is perpendicular to L. Collinear points. Consider 3 points P, Q and R in a plane as shown in the figure. We draw a line passing through P and Q. There are two possibilities. A. Point R lies on line PQ. B. Point R does not lie on line PQ. 3 or more points in a plane are said to be collinear if they all lie on the same line. Distinction between a line segment, a ray and a line. Line segment. Ray. Line. A line segment has a definite length. A ray does not have a definite length. A line does not have a definite length. A line segment has two endpoints. A ray has only one endpoint. A line has no endpoint. A line segment can be drawn on a paper, for example, represents a line segment PQ. We cannot draw a ray on a paper, we can simply represent it by a diagram, for example, represents a ray PQ. We cannot draw a line on a paper, we can simply represent it by a diagram, for example, represents a line PQ.
Example 2. In the given figure, name the following. First part is 5 points. So we can see that we have D, E, O, C and B. These are the 5 points. 5 points are D, E, O, C, then B. Now part B, a line. We can see that from D to E, it is a single line. So we can say that DB is the line. Now part C, 4 rays. So the 4 rays are, firstly let's see from O, we have OB, then we have OC. You can see the mark I am placing above the, you can see the mark above the alphabets. It's a mark of the ray and this is a mark of line, a line. Now from O to D, now we have DE. Part D, 5 line segments. First line segment is DE, this one, then EO, then we have OB, then we have OC, then we have OD, then we have DO. This is also a line segment. So this is our required answer. Example 3. In the adjoining figure, find the following. Part A, 4 pairs of intersecting lines. Part B, 3 concurrent lines. Part C, 4 collinear points. Part D, 3 non-collinear points. And E, 3 lines whose point of intersection is P. So part A, by seeing the figure, we can tell the 4 pairs of intersecting lines. Firstly, KL is being intersected by PQ. So this is our first pair. Then again KL is being intersected by RS. Next comes MN, this line. This is being intersected by PQ and also by RS. So we got the 4 pairs of intersecting lines. Now part B. Part B has 3 concurrent lines. We can see that line MN, line PS and line RS passes through a common point, that is S. So these are the concurrent lines. So we can say that MN, line MN, then line RS, then line PS are the concurrent lines that passes through a common point of intersection, that is S. Now part C. In part C we have 4 collinear points. We need to find the 4 collinear points. Collinear points are those that lines on the same line. So we can say that M, Q, S, N are the 4 collinear points that lies on the line MN. So M, Q, S and N are the required 4 collinear points that lies on the line, that is MN. Now part D. In D we have 3 non-collinear points. We can see that this K, this Q and this L does not lies on the same line, hence they are non-collinear. So K, Q and L are the non-collinear points. Part E, 3 lines whose points of intersection is P. And where is P? This is P. We can see that PQ, PS and KL are the 3 lines whose point of intersection is P. So the required answer is firstly KL, which passes through this P, then PQ, then PS. These all are lines, so I am marking the symbol out of it. So these are the three lines which passes through the point of intersection, that is P. So these are the required answer.